Good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I actually sit down and make a YouTube video. Like actually making scripts and setting up my camera to do it. But today, I'm gonna do it. So today is the 30th of December, which means that I only have one more day till 2020 comes and ending 2019 and also ending this century. I don't know how to feel about this because it's been a decade. Another year has gone. I've grown older and I've never made anything so far, so it's a bit of regret. But I'm also excited for a new journey waiting for me ahead, new 2020. But first, this video is the video of recapping my 2019. Let's go on it. It's gonna be my own rewind video. Anyway, enjoy it. But before I want to start, I just want to take a sip of my French vanilla because, you know, the drinks brings back all the memories.
Cause the drinks bring back all the memories.
I don't know where should I start. Maybe you should start in a timeline, okay? So let's preview back all the way to January. What happened to me in January? Well, nothing much happened. Welcoming 2019. I was welcoming 2019, hoping it not to pass so fast, and now boom, I'm going into 2020 without many things done. I didn't set my resolution for 2019, but then by the end of January, I got the winter formal, which is pretty fun. Like dressed up for like a million years or something. Got a lot of memories. Haven't dressed up in years. Never knew how to do my hair before, so it was pretty awkward at first. I was pretty nervous, pretty scared about it, but then when it passed I was like, it just gone, easy. Next one is the February. So this is one of the most important months to my life because I got my driver license for the first time, for the first try on my road test in February 25th. Well, it was a milestone, so it was something really great. It was something like really recognizable, and it's one of the highlights I've done this year. And by the end of February, I went to a conference called the Canada We Want Conference, organized by the Students' Commission of Canada, and that is an 11 out of 10 conference. That was my first time, but I really loved it because I was actually making connections with other friends and then contributing to the conference by bringing out the problems among my community and sharing stories and having my voice heard. It was a memorable conference. I hope to be a part of it next year because stories will never end. And here comes the March. There's nothing much to talk about March because I honestly want to forget this month so desperately. There's not many fun stories to talk about in this month because it had been one of my worst months. I've gone through a lot of breakdowns, depressions. There was a lot of stressing. I was standing in the middle of interchanges and there were so many routes for me to take, which makes me feel like I was having so many pressures on my shoulder and I was feeling so flustered and frustrated and didn't even have a clue how to get out of there. But anyway, 31 days also passed and there comes April. Well, nothing much happened in April except for I start to roll out my camera and do some shootings again. And because it was spring, and springtime gives me a lot of ideas for photography, and also I collaborated with my friends Daniel for an amazing photo shoot called the Still Photography. Here are the photos. And there comes May. Well, still getting around with school, work, and the whole, nothing really special happened except for our trip to Ottawa. So it was our first time ever visiting the capital city of Canada, and it was pretty fun. Ottawa was a peaceful city, and I actually got to discover the Parliament Hill, the buildings in the Parliament Hill, like the Senate, House of Commons, and stuff like that, and I actually got to visit the inside and how the government works. That was a fun trip, and I also had a chance to take a lot of photos, making a video about it, link in description below. And there comes June, the final month of my high school life. Oh, it's actually not the last month, but it was also one of the months that has a lot of milestones in my life. So I went to my first concert for the first time. It was a Shawn Mendes concert, and I actually had a chance to come there and enjoy the show with Avicii, and Shawn. It was an amazing show. Like, even though it was one day before my finals, but I still went anyway because I couldn't miss that. Like, if I missed that, I would see that there would be no other chances I can go to a concert like that. And then after the finals, there comes my graduation from high school. It was a big milestone. I never knew like how's life gonna be after high school, and like never knew if I would ever see my high school friends again. There are some of them to this day I haven't seen once, but there's some of them I've seen literally like every day, every month since then. So it was pretty much like an interchange and a milestones because it was an important milestone. And then all of a sudden your friends have their errands to do. Your people you used to hang out now are like gone for other universities across the countries. You have less chance to see them again, which makes me feel like pretty sad in the first days after my graduation. But then of all that, I still got most of my friends around here. Still got them, still going hang out, having coffee, taking photos. It's really amazing. And there comes July, the first month of summer, when I actually discovered my passion, which is not YouTube, it was this City Skylines, a strategic city building game that helps you emphasize your city building skills, building roads, building buildings, building structures, create an urban empire for your own. Hey bro, you're promoting the colossal orders? You're making your video recapping your year, not promoting. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to say about my year. I was honestly kind of promoting for colossal orders. Okay, let's get back to it. So, because of that game, I actually wasted 2 weeks of my summer. Because, like, I love talking about roads, urban plannings, and stuff like that. I love talking about maps, bus routes, everything related to cities and urban design. I was like a fiend. I was honestly being controlled, being manipulated by that game over the 2 weeks until I realized that summer doesn't last long and I will have to do something with it. So actually, like, since the third week, I stopped playing the game for a while and actually think about like what should I actually do for my summer. And I call out my friend again to go for photos, to go for coffee, and go hanging out again like we used to do in the year time. And then I also contributed to my family by installing 2 new shades. Proud of myself for doing that because it was actually the first time I actually spending something for my family. Spending time and effort make something for the family, which makes me and my mom feel really proud about it. Because like of all the 17 years of living with my family, I have rarely contributed anything. There comes August. It's the week of exhibition. I actually had a lot of fun times there, even though I was being a clown in front of the crowd. And then nothing else happened except for I have more photography ideas. Got some stunning photo shoots and it turned out super amazing. Had some fun times with the pals. Here comes September. Now this is kind of weird to say when I graduated, but I still go back to school. Even though I graduated, I haven't met the requirements for the university. So I actually came back and finished out 1 semester so that I can be accepted to university. So, well, getting back, everybody asked me, why are you here? Because they knew that I graduated, making other new friends from the seniors of this year. Like initially I was thinking like, why is it 4 months lasting for so long? But when I look at it and see that I only have 2 more weeks to be in this school, I started to feel, well, not really sad, but like regretting about the time I was here. But I didn't take the chance or like didn't enjoy myself like fully into the events. And then here comes October. It was my mom's birthday. I actually had an amazing celebration for her. I took her to Sephora and the Body Shop, got her some gifts, and brought her to the bistro that she has never been to. It was like a really warm and cozy birthday. And then there comes November. Well, there was naturally no highlights happened in November. And it just went by with school and work again. And then December, which always meant to be my month, but not really. Honestly, every year when it comes to December, I'm really excited. But this year, I feel like my month should be on June, not December. Here's why. My birthday is on the 6th of December. I turned 18. Well, that was another milestone. Because like turning 18 means that you are legal of doing so many things. But also you are having so many responsibilities on your shoulder. Like to your family, to your society. And then you get to vote to do all the other things that you have never tried in those past 17 years. When I turned 18, when it's on my birthday, I felt so glad. Like I'm so excited and so hyped for a new journey to begin. But then 2 days later, no, not 2 days, just 1 day later, 18 welcomed me by breaking my car. So that was the first challenge of being a baby adult. That was the first challenge that life gave me. I was honestly suffering from that. Like I keep worrying and overthinking about that. But thankfully, my mom, she backed me up again. She actually made me feel relief and stopped my worry about my car being broken. It cost me some money. And that just didn't stop right there. When 2 days after that, I got a parking ticket. It's still something that makes a new core memory in my mind. Because it was something that made me actually suffer. I was in short of money after my car having to repair already. I felt like there was so many pressure. It was like the real depression, the real pressure was having on my shoulder. Because like with no money, I have nothing. I felt like it was like pretty hard for me to do that, and I was only having myself to deal with them. But again, my friend Daniel and my mom were the two that backed me up. Like they gave me some like financial support and also relieved me from overthinking too much about my life. But anyway, thank you guys so much for that. I couldn't survive that time without you guys, honestly. 2 weeks passed, and then now here comes the Christmas break, where I actually take a break from school. Spending the first Christmas and New Year's alone. Well, it sounds fancy. It sounds fun because like being alone means that you have tons of time for yourself. You can do whatever you want with it. But sometimes I feel like I need a partner. When I was going through the families in my neighborhood, I saw them having giant suppers and parties, and everybody was gathering. I felt so sad and so lonely because like meanwhile they're having a really cozy and warm Christmas and Boxing Day. I'm still here alone with only some friends. It still gives me freedom, but it also takes away from me something. So that was my year recap. So before I end the video, I'm just gonna take a sip. Let's just cheers for a new year, for a new decade, for a new journey. Thank you so much for spending your time and watching this video until this point, and I wish you all to have a happy and cozy new year. Fresh jumpstart for a new decade. I love you all guys. Cheers. To wrap up my 2019, I'll be calling it the year of the milestones because I've made so many things, I've achieved so many things, reached so many milestones, and moving on to a new journey, new direction for life. thank you all for supporting me, and I hope to see you guys entering a new decade with the freshest energy you have.